Alright y'all, we got another big body 70s convertible for you. 75 Buick Lesabre. You guys can see it's finishing this beautiful tan color. Let's go ahead and get into it. Overall, it's definitely a solid car. You see this guy's set of 22-inch chrome and golds with the Vogues on it, all four corners. Paint, driver's quality, probably give it about a 7. You guys can see it's got you know, a heavy amount of swirls from people washing the car. Nothing super crazy, but let's go ahead and move down. You guys see doors intact, all trim is where it's supposed to be. This door isn't shut all the way, so that's not aligned. There we go. Coming down this rear fender. Fender looks pretty solid. I don't see any waves or dents that need to be pointed out. Looks pretty straight. You guys will see the top up later on in the video, because when we do the test drive, it's literally like 25 degrees outside. So I gotta put that up today. Trunk looks pretty solid. We do have some bubbling here. All trim is intact around the tail lights, and rear bumper looks pretty solid from the top. Impact strip still intact. Looking down this driver's side rear quarter, looks pretty solid. No crazy dents or waves that I can tell. Driver's door looks good as well. No crazy dents, bubbling or anything there. And front fender looks solid as well. So we just got our typical love marks, you know, 50-year-old paint. Front windshield looks solid. No spider webbing. Do have a little bit of a crack here. Looks like it's been filled in right there. Chrome trim around it looks solid. Coming to the front of the car, all the trim around the headlights looks beautiful. Front bumper, no dents. Impact strips intact as well. As you can tell by the front, this is a 455 car. Let me go ahead and pop the hood, get the keys for the trunk. Alright, so as you guys can see, she's got the big boy 455 AC equipped vehicle, power brakes, power steering. Everything else appears stock under here. Newer battery, and they ran the power cable for the amp that's in the car. Alright, under the trunk looks solid. Light still works. Inside the trunk, got a little mat down here. Pan looks solid, no coating. Overall solid in the trunk. I'm gonna move this boot out the way. I had the top up, so. Rear seats look pretty solid. No rips, no tears. It's that ivory color, so there's a little bit of discoloration, but to be expected on any of the lighter vehicles. Carpet looks solid. Front passenger seat looks good. No rips, no tears, just your normal wear patterns. And carpet actually looks good as well. Dash looks very good for the front. No warping, no cracking. There's a little tiny crack back there by the windshield. Passenger door panels in good shape. No warping, no discoloration. Pretty solid. Sorry, I was trying to mute my phone while turning the camera. Driver's side seat does need a little bit of care. Split at the seams here and then up at the top. And then you could just tell, you know, years of people sliding in with jeans on has discolored it a little bit. Relatively simple fix, easy to swap out the seat cover. Driver door panel looks good. Again, everything intact, no warping or anything. And then you guys can see dash from this side. So give me a minute. Right, y'all, let's get ready for the test drive. There you see she fires right up. Lights are on. I can see them in the dash and reflecting off the car up there. Air is blowing. Let's turn that off. Let's see. I know the radio works. Door speakers have a amp going to them. Where is it? Over there. So, know these work. Let's see if we got a CD in. Nope, didn't turn it off. Let's leave it on aux. No horn. I can hear it clicking. Seats are, I'm sorry, windows are manual. Wipers work. Let's go ahead and put the top up. And I didn't move that. Dang it. Let me see. There we go. I think this top is going to need a little bit of help. Let me see. I'm going to pull up and have somebody come help me because I do think it's going to need some help. Sometimes the top do that. The top weren't down, but I think the top needs some help. Yeah. So you can see it's coming up about that far, and he's just a little bit, and that's it. It goes the rest of the way. So it does need a little help going up, but nothing crazy. I'm gonna put you down for a split second because I gotta. Let me make sure I put this all the way in. Yo, give me a split second so I can lock this up. There we go. Locked up on both sides. You guys can see the outside of the top when I do the rack video. Car clearly has cruise control. I don't know if it actually works or not because I can see it set at 50. Speedometer is working. Gas is reading full. We didn't put gas in this car, so I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not sure if the gas hand actually works or not. Mileage reads 11,113, more than likely rolled over. It's always funny because you know, one of them things that people don't understand unless you're really into cars, how, you know, different cars make you feel or what you think about them. Buick like Lesabres, I do not care for them in any way at all, and I don't mean it like in a negative way. It's just, it's not my type of vehicle. But then you watch the videos and it's like, you know, I love Granvilles. I think Centurions are super dope. I love Delta 88s. I like, you know, Impalas, like the 70 slabs. I get them, you know, like they're all the same. All the parts are the same. If you got a big boy, you got a 455 or a 454. Or you might have a 400 or 350. But they really are the same. Same parts, same suspension, same everything. Just the interiors can be designed different, you know, a little more sporty versus more luxurious. But in real life, they're basically the same car, more or less. Some reason Lesabres just don't do anything for me. I like all the other ones, but Lesabres just, I don't know, they just don't do anything. So with that being said, this one does have a 455, so she's got more than enough power to move this big girl. Suspension feels solid. Buick was meant to be, you know, obviously comparable to Cadillac, so it's a little bit more of a floaty ride, a little bit softer in the suspension. Alignment is off just a little bit. I can hands off the wheel. I can feel her going to the left just a little bit. So other than that though, no rattling of the windows and the doors. I don't hear any like lifter tick, and I don't hear any exhaust leaks anywhere. Because of the exhaust, obviously this 455 is a little bit louder than what most Lesabres would be. They're meant to be a little quieter, but she sounds good though. Other than that, throttle response is acceptable. The shifts have been smooth, no issues there. Yeah, she's solid. So I'm gonna get back and put her on the rack so we can check out underneath. All right, we got 74 up on the rack. You see I did a little bit different. Started with the front this time because I felt like backing it on the rack. Bumper's pretty solid. I don't see any crazy dents, no abnormal rust except for at the bottom, which again comes from scraping. No leaks from the radiator. We're gonna keep moving forward. Disc brakes up in the front. Looks like these shocks have been replaced at some point in time. Frame looks pretty clean. No signs of leak from the oil or trans pan. Obviously new bolt there for the oil pan. We're gonna keep moving down, coming down the driver's side. Frame is nice and straight. No issues with the floors, no soft spots, no re-wheels or anything like that. Got a little bit of soft spot right here. What is that? So under the rear seat, almost looks like it was hitting up against the frame when somebody sat in it, but either way, got a little bit of soft spot right there. Nothing too crazy. Exhaust has been redone clearly. Coming down the passenger side, frame looks straight, and passenger floors look great. A little bit of, you know, normal surface rust once that coating starts coming off, but pretty solid for the most part. Let's see. Rear end, drums, everything looks factory back here. Nothing to point out. Gas tank looks solid. No signs of leaks. Let me turn this around. From what we can see, the trunk pans look solid. Obviously, it looks solid from the inside as well. And rear bumper looks pretty solid. Got a little bit of a rust hole right there, right on top of the exhaust. Coming down the driver's side, rear quarter looks pretty solid. Don't see any cracks or bubbling. Wheel trim intact. Chrome cladding actually looks solid on this car. It's nice and straight. Don't see any dents, and I don't see any signs where there might be bubbling underneath. Front fender looks good as well. Keep rolling around. Coming to the passenger side. Solid. And again, the chrome definitely looks good. This door isn't shut all the way. That's why you got that little gap there. Also doesn't look like it's properly aligned, but more importantly, it's not shut all the way. So that's why you got that. Cladding is nice and straight as well. And then come to the rear quarter. Again, no signs of any bubbling, cracks, or anything. All right, so as you see, we got the top up. Top's in pretty good condition. Ivory color. Got a little bit of dirt, a little bit of stains, but no rips or tears that I can see. Plastic looks solid, so no signs of any leaks. So if you guys are interested in this 74, make sure you give us a call, 256-801-4409. Check us out at Rolling Museums on the website and Instagram. As always, appreciate you watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe below.